What's up, guys? In today's video, we're going to be reviewing this Halloween Ultimate Michael Myers figure, and this is from NECA, and I ended up getting this one about a year or two ago, and I finally decided to do this review. And this one also includes this light up pumpkin, which also flickers. And looking at the box art, it looks very cool, very menacing, and on the side it has the same image as it does in the front, and on the back it just has a few images displaying what you can do with this figure. And this is from the newer Halloween movie, the one that I think came out in 2018, I believe. As you can see, this one comes with a bunch of different accessories. So opening the little door, you do see an image of Michael Myers here displayed in front of the house. You do have a second mask. I think this is a face or a head, a pumpkin, 4 hands, and I believe 3 different weapons. And you also have a tombstone on the back for an extra accessory. So overall, this really isn't that bad. And I think when this came out, it was $29.99 if I'm not mistaken. $30 is a lot. I don't know how much these NECA figures go for now. So let's go ahead and open this Michael Myers. We're gonna go ahead and look at the accessories first. So let's go ahead and take this out. So here we do have a tray shot, and you guys can have a closer look of exactly what this comes with. So like I said, we're going to go ahead and focus first on the accessories before we go into the figure. Alright guys, now that we got the accessories out, we're going to go ahead and look at this first. And this is a tombstone, and it does say Judith Myers, and it says the year born and past, and it's really well detailed. Honestly, it's not as heavy as I would like it to be, but it's really not that bad. You guys could clearly see what it says. Now, if this had a little bit more weathering, I think it would be a little bit more ideal. And he does come with a different head, and I'll show you guys what the other head sculpt looks like. Now, this one is really basic, just have a little bit wear and tear, but overall still not too bad. I think both his eyes are closed in this one. I mean, it's very hard to tell, but it's still pretty cool. And then we do have this right here, which is, I think it's just a head. You really can't put that in there. And I can't remember this scene in the first one, but that's there. And he does have 4 different hands, which is actually pretty cool in my opinion. So he does have the hand where he's missing 2 fingers. Then he had just a regular beat up hand. So he also has these 2 fists right here, which is to hold the weapons. I probably won't have him displayed with these weapons, but it's still a nice accessory to have. And it does come with this light up pumpkin. As you guys can see, this thing is really well detailed. I took the little plastic thing out for it to light up. All you're going to do is push in order to activate and deactivate the light. Overall, it's really not too bad. I'll probably show you guys what this looks like in the dark, but this is a nice added detail in my opinion. And he does come with 3 different weapons. As you guys can see, you got this little hammer. And if you guys could really see that detail, you guys could see the painted wood grains on it. And I think it's painted burgundy red, and it does have some wear on it. And you do have that classic kitchen knife, which obviously doesn't have any detail because, it's just a knife. It's very basic. And then you do have this weapon here. And I think this is to move firewood from a chimney, if I'm not mistaken. Now, I don't know the actual name for this, but it does feel pretty cheap and flimsy. I do feel like this could easily break, but it's still a decent accessory to have. And now that we're done with the accessories, you guys let me know down in the comment section below if this is actually a good set of accessories. Now, like I said, this is an Ultimate Michael Myers, and it is a NECA figure, so of course it's going to come with a little bit more extra. So we're going to go ahead and wipe this stuff clean so you guys can see a better look at Michael Myers. So with the accessory stuff all taken care of, this is what you guys end up having, this clean, basic Michael Myers. There really isn't anything crazy about this figure here. He does have that classic white mask, and zooming in is really not that much different from the other one. It really does look the same, but I do feel like this one on the left, you can see his eyes just slightly more. But yeah, overall, I'm not sure if this is extra or if it's just, I don't really know what the difference is. It really does look the same to me, but other than the eyes, not really sure. But this is still a great figure in my opinion. Now, this one right here does have some weight. I don't have it weighted, but it's still a hefty figure. Now, he doesn't have a good set of ab crunch, which technically he does, but he really doesn't want to move much. He doesn't have like the thing to swivel left or right, no thigh swivel. He doesn't have butterfly joints, which is, you know, a must for most figures. Now this one is a little bit stiff, as you guys could see, and I don't think he does have double jointed elbows, which is a bummer. And he does not have double jointed knees, so he is going to be really stiff. But at the same time, this figure really doesn't move all that much, so I guess I'm really not surprised. The articulation really isn't that great, but his arm can move 360, which I'm not sure why you would need that. His leg could move a little bit like this, as you guys could see. He can kind of sit down like, oh, weird, because, you know, he does get up kind of funny. But yeah, overall it's not bad, and the plastic feels pretty decent. Now for his head, it can move slightly left and then slightly right. Now when it comes to going up, just very so slightly. Even down is basically nothing. But overall, it's not too bad in my opinion. Like I said, his hand really doesn't move much, not much articulation there. If you guys can see this. But, you know, overall, if I said I'm satisfied, yes, I'm pretty satisfied. I did buy this a couple years ago, and it was on sale for 50% off, so I really can't be upset. I think I got this at the Calendar store, and they were having 50% off after the holidays, so it's still not a bad figure. The detail is pretty good in my opinion, so we're gonna go ahead and try to get some posability and a closer look at the figure with all the accessories. So this is everything we have for the Ultimate Michael Myers. You guys can see that it's not a bad amount of accessories in my opinion. Even at its retail price, this is still a great figure. Just zooming into the details, you guys can see that in the mask, looks very dark and menacing. You can kind of see slightly wear and tear in the mask, really not that much, or at least as much as you would think for something that's white. Now if his jumpsuit had a little bit more wear and tear, I think it would be pretty nice. This is my first Michael Myers figure, so I'm not sure how the articulation is on other figures. But overall, you know, it's still a decent figure. So we're going to go ahead and do our basic rating. When it comes to the overall packaging, the box art looks pretty good. The way that panels open, you know, most of these horror figures have the same kind of style. The amount of accessories, if I had to do the accessories from a 1 to 10, this is like a close 8.5 to even 9. I mean, although I don't really like the accessories, I mean, it does come with quite a few. You got a display piece right here in the back, weapons, you have a different head scope, you have hands, you have 2 added details you can have in the background. I mean, that's really not too bad in my opinion when it comes to accessories. When it comes to likeness, from what is portrayed on the movie, I'd definitely give this a solid 8 out of 10. It looks almost identical, well detailed. Now if it had some nice wear and tear, I think it'll make this figure top notch, but overall it's still pretty good. Now if we're looking at articulation, I mean, obviously, you know, like I said, this is my first Michael Myers figure, so I'm not sure how the other ones are. I'll definitely give this one a solid 5 out of 10. Just like my Emperor Palpatine that I had from the archive wave, this articulation figure is pretty bad in my opinion. It doesn't have double jointed knees, double jointed elbows. If it had just that, I think it would be pretty good in my opinion, but it doesn't. So we're going to give that a 5 out of 10. Now, if we had to rate the overall figure when it comes to the packaging, the articulation, details, all that put all together, I think this figure is definitely like a solid, like probably like a 6.5 out of 10, because you do got to consider everything else, not just the accessories of the figure, because you could have a good figure with no accessories, or you could have a bad figure with a lot of accessories. Now, this one's not a bad figure at all. If you guys are able to get this figure at a cheap price, I definitely recommend this here. So this is the review of the Michael Myers Ultimate figure from NECA. If you guys like this kind of content, subscribe to the channel. And also, I have a playlist above of my other Halloween finds for this year. And I'll see you guys in the next video.